Hello, welcome back to the channel. What about a visit to Blairmore? We're here at Blairmore today to visit the Blairmore Pier because it's the 170th anniversary of Blairmore Pier, which is just down there. There's lots of events taking place today, lots of activities, so we'll see those a little bit later on in the video. And the Waverley is due to come back into the pier later on, so we'll check out that as well. Just over there is the cafe. That's been really busy. Had some nice food in there as well over at the Blairmore cafe. So stay with us on this video to check out all activities as part of the 170th anniversary of the Blairmore Pier. So here's the pier here at Blairmore. It was chock-a-block early on when the Waverley was in. It's due to come back later on. What we'll do is, while it's quiet, we'll take a wee walk onto the pier now and check out the views from the pier.
And then go for drawing the raffle.
See the rain over there in the distance over at Derelict. That's the clock lighthouse just over there, so hopefully it stays dry. Hopefully. Well, just see it over there, so fingers crossed it stays dry here. So we've got a wee bothy here, and in the bothy we've got the history of the Blairmore Pier. So we're going to have a wee look, see what history we can see here from the pier. Inside the bothy there are many heritage boards, and we have decided to show them at the end of this video in still format. The community hall is just over there. At the moment over there you've got summer dancing, so we'll go over and check that out. Now we can't play the music from the dancing on the video, unfortunately, due to copyright restrictions, but we're going to take a wee look inside the community centre just to give you an atmosphere from the day. So let's go and take a look. A great time was enjoyed by all who took part in the dancing. So you can have your selfie taken with the iconic Our Willie here at Blairmore Pier. We've got a little donation box there as well for the pier itself.
You're going to put pennies in, David?
Yes, absolutely. So we're now in the former ticket office. It's now an Airbnb. It's all been done up, completely renovated. So we'll take a wee look around the house itself. Just over here, this little window over here, this is where the tickets were sold from when it was a ticket office. So as I say, it's now an Airbnb, so we'll take a look at that. And you'll see a window over here in a wee minute or two. Check out the view from here. Great to sit in this couch and just look out at that view of the pier. So you'll see that in just a wee second. Check out that view. It must be great to sit here and see the view out here, all seasons, eh? Summer, autumn, winter, spring. Just a great view, eh? And the person that owns this building here owns the pier as well. So the Waverley is just about to arrive here at the pier, so we'll watch the Waverley come in to Blairmore Pier.
Well, the pier opened in 1855, 170 years ago. And since those far off days, very few people have known Blairmore. From its earliest days, its principal duties were part of the Holy Loch steamer service and Loch Long and Loch Doyle services, and its value was in the community commuting to Renovated Pier for the railway to and from Glasgow. It faced closure twice in its life, in 1922 and in 1937, but it remained open through all these troubled times in the war periods until 1971, when the last call was made by the Countess of Renovated on the 29th of May 1971. Now, the Waverley called here very regularly from her maiden voyage in 1947, 6 days of the week. And by the end of the pier's life, the Waverley was calling only 2 days of the week. And in preservation, only on special visits only. Her last being in 1993, until the Friends of the Blairmore Pier Trust under Agnes took charge of it in 2005. Now Agnes, do you remember those days, a way back, when you came and spoke to me on the Waverley? What can I do with the pier, she said. I'll introduce you to the chief engineer at the time, was Ian McMillan. And the rest of the stay, Agnes, was history, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
There are only another 2 piers in the Clyde of traditional standard, Kilcreggan and Tinnebrewer. And Paul's hopes for Helensburgh remains very strong, that Helensburgh Pier will come back into action. Let's hope for the Waverley's 80th birthday. So 170 years is a lovely milestone for any pier, anywhere in Britain, but special to the Waverley from our maiden voyage years in 1947 up to recent times. Terry Sylvester, one of Paul's predecessors, said, piers need steamers, and steamers need piers, and the Waverley and Blairmore are very special. So please put your hands together for Agnes, Paul, Dominic, the Waverley representatives, and Alec Forrest, the Waverley's second engineer on the pier. Agnes, it's your duty now to keep it open for another 170 years.
I'm a pensioner now.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good afternoon, and thank you for your interest.
We're joined by Agnes Harvey. Agnes, hello there. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank
Excellent. So, the pier celebrating its 170th anniversary today. Special day.
you. Yep, definitely a special day.
And what's your involvement with the pier itself?
Well, I bought it 20 years ago when it was derelict and got it reopened and got the Waverley back in again.
So, how did that all come about? How did you buy Blairmore Pier?
It was an absolute fluke, I have to say. I went into an estate agent to ask about executive apartments that they were going to build and asked if she could give me details. She couldn't because they didn't have any planning permission yet. And whilst I was there, my sisters were looking around the estate agent and one of them said, "There's a pier for sale."
What you do?
Yeah.
This is in Dunoon. And the lady said, "Oh, it's been up for sale for years, nobody wants it." And I thought, we're just going to have to go and have a look at it. And a couple of days later, I contacted a solicitor and asked them to express an interest and bought it. I went back down south to my home at the time and remortgaged my house to pull out some cash, and I just bought it. And that was it.
Wow,
What
excellent.
did it include? Just bare bones?
No.
Well, it was the pier, the ticket office that you're looking at the other side, a garage on the other side of the road, which has since been passed on and is now in the community ownership, and bits of land up at the bus stop area where you see around. It was a parcel because it was a commercial lot,
As it were.
Yeah,
as it were,
yeah.
so it came with bits and bobs.
So you've completely rescued the pier then, yeah? Because if you didn't buy it, it would have maybe have rotted away, and I mean, we possibly wouldn't have had the Waverley come then. You
Yeah.
just
Well, it was already on the at-risk register because they're
Right,
listed,
right.
it's a listed structure, as is the ticket office. And they were already on the at-risk register back then. So yes, I rescued it, but you never do that on your own.
Right.
There's a whole team and a whole machinations behind it.
yeah.
And initially, the pier was leased to the community for 25 years so that we could get grant funding to get it fixed. And that was successful in terms of raising the funding to get it fixed for its 150th anniversary. But 10 years or so on from that, the momentum within the community sort of waned, as it does. It's kind of easier to get that momentum going when the place is derelict, but once it's looking good and it's there, it gets more difficult. And we live in a community that's largely an ageing population, and it's a big ask of volunteers to do that. So that trust rescinded and the responsibility came back to me. So for about the last 15 or so years, it's down to me.
Okay.
So we've had a little look, with your permission, around the little cottage.
Right.
A wee bit more about that, perhaps? Is it a B&B, or is it through your website, or how do you do that?
It's been let out probably for the best part of 16 or 18 years, thereabouts. And that was through an agency in the scheme of things. I've been staying in it for the last 18 months, and I've just decided to re-let it again. So it's just come back on the market for from this season onwards, which is with an agency. I think if I was to name them, it would probably be cottages.com or something like that. They keep changing their name. But we've also got a website for the pier which has the cottage on it too.
Was there a lot of work to restore the ticket office?
That was derelict to very derelict.
Yeah.
And the ticket office was only half the size that the building now is.
No, it's right.
It was only 14 feet square, and they allowed it to be extended and turned into a cottage.
You mentioned the website. What is the website address?
Blairmorepier.com.
Okay.
Simple as that.
It
Okay,
is as simple as that.
And it's great to see it's such a busy event today. It's been really busy here in the community hall. There's been lots happening throughout the day for the celebrations.
Yeah, no, they've gone well. The weather's been a bit of everything today.
So,
We
Would have been a bit more of everything.
we were
in
getting
this
Coming in there, yeah.
we were getting sunburn a bit earlier on, and now might need a coat soon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Agnes. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, and
welcome.
all the best.
Thank you very much. Okay.